Parents, are you setting your children up for failure? According to an article published by the University of Maine, babies with strong positive emotional bonds to their caregivers show consistently lower levels of cortisol in their brains. In other words, they're not just happier, but they actually learn better in a happy, loving environment. Parents who understand the importance of a loving environment have been making sure that they only leave their children in the care of those who understand this concept.
Both of my kids are here at First Baptist. My daughter is in We Care, and my son is now a kindergartner at First Baptist. And he started out here when he was 4 months old, and my daughter was about the same.
Hello, my name is Greg Ross, and I have 3 children attending First Baptist School, 2 that are currently in We Care, and 1 that has graduated from We Care and is currently in First Baptist Elementary School.
My name is Julie Bain, and I have 1 child here at We Care. And when I was thinking of putting my son in school, I chose We Care because of the small class sizes, the Christian environment was very warm, and the fact that he would be learning concepts and skills right through the line. I started him in the summer because I thought classes would be a little smaller, easier. He got to know the teacher for the next year, which I thought was an excellent idea, me being a teacher myself. And by the time he started school, he really enjoyed it.
My name's Sarah Kelly, and I have 2 kids in We Care. We just heard so many good stories from friends and just even people that we were buying baby stuff from. Everybody was recommending it, so we just came down and checked it out. So after we came and did a look around, then we were really happy and put in Max first of all, and he just loved it. So then Luke came down too, and he was 12 weeks.
I'm Conrad Proud, and I've got my youngest daughter at We Care, Abigail. She's 2 years old.
And what made you choose We Care?
We looked around a lot of the preschool cares on Ireland, and we just thought from our first feel that the structure here they provided was really good. I mean, it was a small little thing that really struck my wife. It was just when she came, all the little children were just lined up, and they were all very courteous and very polite, and you just get a good feel about the place. It was, I mean, it was a quick decision we made once we'd seen all the options.
My name is Kimberly Voden, and I have had 2 children at We Care. My first daughter is now 6.5 and attends primary school elsewhere, but she was at We Care from the age of 2, and my little boy is almost 3, and he's been here since he was 3 months actually.
Hi, my name is Siobhan Kuna, and I have 1 son in We Care.
My name is Thais Dusan, and I have a son, Daniel, here at We Care.
So given all the choices, why send your child to First Baptist Christian School We Care?
For me, We Care is the place to be. When a child is dropped off in the morning, it is engagement, it is excitement, it is fun, learning, more learning. They interact with each other very well, and they have amazing teachers and caregivers who look after the children without ceasing. They're passionate about the children and about their work, the teachers that is. And we take what we do seriously because we recognize that these early years in the child's lives are the most important, most significant. It is their building. And, you're laying a foundation. This is what we do. We make good, solid foundation for your children to learn. When they are finished at We Care and they get into school, they will learn anything because they have been taught how to learn.
The environment here, it feels like family. So when you walk down the hallway, everybody knows everybody's names, and the teachers know not just their kids, but they know the other kids too. And it's those little special touches that I think mean a lot. When you're at First Baptist or when you're at We Care, you know that you're part of a bigger family and everybody's there supporting you. The teachers are very nurturing and loving, and I think especially for the little ones in nursery care, if I'm not going to be the one who's going to be able to be spending the day with them, I do want someone who's going to hug them up and love on them and kiss them, and I think that that's really important in terms of their development as human beings.
I chose We Care for numerous reasons, of which included the fact that they offered Christian-based education and learning which, to the extent that our children have a real appreciation for the Lord, they love the Lord, and First Baptist was able to give them or contribute to something that my wife and I couldn't do alone.
I like the fact that they have a chapel that they invite parents to. It's always good to see the kids sort of acting in a school role, because you think, oh, when they're home with you, they're like off the walls, and then to see them in school to interact, that's very nice. And then, you know, when they come in the afternoons or any other activity that they have, that they're really engaged in it. There's no sort of like noise. You would think preschool's noisy. They're not. They're actually quite grown up. So
you quite often worry maybe that somewhere is too formal, too much pressure at such a young age. But likewise, you might feel that somewhere is too laissez-faire. I would say definitely We Care. They just get the balance just right.
There were several things actually that really appealed to me about We Care. Small class sizes. I was actually previously working as an occupational therapist with the early intervention program, and as such I've had the inside benefit of being in many of the different preschools around Cayman, and I was always struck by the balance of good curriculum. Also, I appreciated personally the Christian focus of We Care. Class sizes I felt were good. I felt that the teachers were receptive to observations made by specialists if necessary, and responsive to the requests of parents. I really have enjoyed seeing my children benefit from the facilities, such as the multipurpose hall and the phys ed instruction that's offered. I've also appreciated the welcoming nature of the school when it's come to, time to have any kind of special therapy offered. That's been a plus. I've felt that for the most part the range of toys and activities offered have been a good appropriate fit for my child, for both children actually. And most importantly, I've seen them make progress in every area since starting them here, so that's been another reason why I've kept them here year after year. And I felt that the school in totality has prepared both children, is preparing my son for life outside of preschool.
We spoke a lot to our friends and family, and We Care was in the top 3 choices. So once we came here, we were kind of hesitant because he was 6 months. Wasn't sure if he was ready for daycare, but once we came to the school and got to speak to the staff and his teachers, we knew that it was the right fit for us.
Well, my husband and I are members here at the church, and we've always heard really great things about the school. And when it came down to deciding, it was just an easy choice for us.
If this is something you desire for your child, then you simply owe it to yourself to come and visit the First Baptist Christian School We Care Center for educational excellence centered on Jesus Christ. It's our joy to lovingly provide a safe, caring center where parents can feel confident that their precious children are taken care of in a Christian atmosphere. And besides, we've been doing this for over 2 decades.
We Care in First Baptist School, our long history of being in the Cayman Islands, serving the families in the Cayman Islands, is one of the great advantages that we have. We Care has been around now, I think, 21 years. Believe it or not, my own children came through We Care. And so that has just been a very unique feature for me, because I have seen how We Care has evolved. And in addition to that, when a child comes in to We Care, to think that they can actually grow and develop and then move right into the next school, into the elementary school, is also a great feature. They already know the teachers that they're seeing. You know, they run into them on the corridor, they see them in chapel, they see them in the hallway. It is just one of those things. It is just home away from home. And I think that is a great thing. We have our children participating in our church services as well, because the church is right here. Children and families are participating in that. And again, it is just one big family. And I think that is just fantastic. and we are always looking out for the best interest of the children and of the families.
FBCS We Care Center is a child development center with teaching programs that develop the child physically, mentally, emotionally, and especially spiritually.
I mean, as a therapist, I really appreciated the whole phys ed component of the preschool curriculum. I'm not so sure that I know of many other preschools on island. I can really only think of maybe one or two that has access to a big multi-purpose hall and actual phys ed teachers that help with the gross motor development of the children. I also feel like the playground facilities that you have here at We Care are quite appropriate to a broad range of ages and stages in terms of development, and I feel that the playground facilities that are on offer are really beneficial to the children. I also appreciate the amount of communication that goes home from the offices and from the teachers with regards to the units of study being taught and tips and suggestions for activities at home. I've been pleased to see the continued evolution of teacher training on a yearly basis, as I know We Care shuts down once a year, for their annual professional development, and I feel that that's so important for the professionals and people working with my children, so I appreciate that. I've noticed even since having my children here changes and growth in terms of the development of more resources, increased number of toys. I know that they've worked closely with the Early Childhood Care and Education Unit within government to further improve the offerings in the classes. I've seen creations of activity centers and further development of the curriculum. So I feel that also that We Care is a school that is open to feedback and seems to be demonstrating positive growth as a result.
The We Care Center cares for children from 3 months to 4 years old. Our teacher-child ratio is 1:3 for babies and toddlers, 1:5 for the older children, and care is available on a full-time or part-time basis. The We Care learning curriculum is supplemented with the Cayman Islands Preschool Curriculum Guide, and in the pre-kindergarten classes, we also use the ABECA curriculum. Each unit includes big books, lap books, association or sequence cards, and of course, music.
It's really easy for me to recommend We Care because of the nurturing environment that is here, and also there's a real connection with First Baptist Christian School as well as some of the other schools. So there are different steps along the way that really prepares every child for that next step of kindergarten, and there's equal parts schedule and equal parts nurturing and equal parts love that fit those various stages as you go from the baby room to the 1-year-old room to the 3-year-old room onto preschool and then getting ready for kindergarten. I can say that, I've been able to experience both, having a child who's gone all the way through We Care into kindergarten and then a little one who's just moved from the baby room to the 1-year-old room. And everything is age appropriate, and you can see that they're challenging these babies. They're not just making sure that they're safe, which is super important, but they're also challenging them and teaching them along the way.
I would recommend We Care First Baptist School in general because it's very clear that the administrators and the teachers have a great love for all of the children in the school, and that reflects in their daily mannerisms and living.
If you were considering a place to send your child, why send your child to We Care? Because for me, it's the flexibility of allowing your child to be him or herself. And that was the thing that I really loved about it. It's not, they do teach a curriculum, but they also teach the child about themselves, what they like, what they don't like. It's always about exploration. When you walk into the classroom, there might be plants growing on the windowsill, or you might smell something that they just baked or cooked or something like that. And it's fantastic because I think any parent would want to know that the persons that they leave their child with in the day is as skilled in teaching them to read and to write, but as well as to learn who they are as people.
I would really tell parents to go ahead and do your research. Definitely visit the schools. see what they offer. We Care does offer a lot. I mean, your kids can come here from their 3 months. You know, their hours are great. They drop off early. They stay open late. And I just found that the atmosphere was loving. You know, they love what they do. So I definitely would recommend it to anyone.
One thing I love about the school is that when I drop my son off in the morning, I can rest assured that he's being loved, protected, and taught about Jesus, which is really important to us.
If I could only choose one thing, I guess that I would just say that We Care is a very well-rounded school, with, I feel, an excellent Christian focus. So if that's what you're looking for as a parent, I feel We Care is an excellent choice.
Since attending First Baptist We Care, my children have come home on a regular basis, singing Christian songs, talking about the Lord, asking us to read stories about the Lord, and indicating that the Lord Jesus Christ is the number one person in their life, and loves them the most.
So it seems clear. At First Baptist Christian School We Care Center, your child is in excellent hands. So now that you've heard about some of the great things happening at First Baptist Christian School We Care Center, why not give us a call at 945-7906 and come see for yourself?
It's like a second family. They're very loving. The teachers are all very nurturing, and they really genuinely care about the children. And like I said, I do feel that when we drop our son off in the morning, he is cared for and he's protected and he's loved.
I think if you come and visit, it will just feel right. You'll see what I mean. Take one visit and you'll feel exactly what I mean.